Microsoft 365 Copilot, they are accessing the organization resources. Maybe some resources are shared resources. So it is very important for organization to make sure that knowingly or unknowingly that data should not be lost, right? So by using data loss prevention policies, you can make sure that user is not allowed to share the data outside the organization. Or let's say whatever the content he is accessing, you can set the limit for how long that access will be provided to the user. So these DLP policies is going to help protect your sensitive data and define proactive action that organization can take when DLP rule is violated. So it is very important first for the administrator to plan the DLP policies to help organization, right? Uh, you can use automated discovery and classification of sensitive data. You can continuously monitor. You can track of sensitive data. You can integrate with other services like Microsoft Entra Protection, Microsoft Cloud Application Security. You can use real-time alert and report on any potential data breaches. When you are implementing these features, you can take coordinated planning efforts. Every organization they plan for and implement Microsoft Purview DLP policy. Why? Because every organization they have some specific need, a goal, resources, some situation that may be unique for them. So many organizations they choose to implement DLP policies with different industry regulations. Organizations also implement DLP to protect their intellectual property. Organization they can start DLP policies in different ways, like from the platform focus. For example, you can select this DLP policies is for Outlook, for Exchange, SharePoint, Teams. So you can select the location. You can create it on the basis of sensitive information available or sensitive label applied on the content. They may not know that what their sensitive information is. User may not know how to handle that sensitive information. So you can automate that if any content is having any sensitive information or any sensitive label is applied, automatically the content should be encrypted. So even the user is sending any content via email, the receiver will be received, is going to receive the encrypted content. So only the authorized user would be able to access the same. You can also implement Microsoft Purview's default DLP policy, which is already available in the environment. These default DLP policies, like before an organization even create its first DLP policy, this DLP helps to protect its sensitive information, as it has default policy for device and default policies for team. Default policy for devices. It notifies the organization when a user shares the email, documents that is containing some sensitive information. And default policy for team, it can track sensitive information which is shared internally or externally to the organization. This policy can be enabled by default for all the users or for the specific group of users. So you can use this policy for the users who are using Copilot license. So whatever the communication they are using on chat or email communication, it is going to track that. You can also use the communication compliance policies that will make sure that the communication you are doing with the Copilot or the prompt you are mentioning over there. Now, the default policies, of course, it is there. You can enable or disable it, but you have also the option to create the custom DLP policies. That is as per the specific need of the organization or the department user. So first, you need to plan for the DLP policies. You have to plan that whatever the platform you are using, right? For example, as I said, it is for only for email or for files or Teams channels, right? Or SharePoint sites. Then you can develop your policy. Now, when you are setting up the policy, you have the condition. Let's say if your content contain any sensitive information type or any label is applied. Now, what the action you are going to take place? Maybe it's a content marking or content control. Content marking will automatically mark your content as a sensitive content. Let's say you wanted to put the banner or any header or footer or the watermarking on the content. For example, in my organization, like we are trainers, we are preparing different content for our customers or for our internal use. We are creating different PPT. My organization want to make sure that any trainer should not be able to share these content outside the organization. So they can set up the content parking. Like my organization is synergetic. So they are creating the policy that whenever we are accessing any PPT, it should be automatically marked as as a synergetic content. And my company name will be uh, marked as a header or the footer or as a watermark, right? So if I'm sharing it outside the organization, my organization label must be available. So if I'm sharing it to my client, right, to my partners, so they cannot remove that watermark from the content. Got it? Same way, you can also make sure that that content is controlled. You can control the content. Like you can make sure that when the data is shared to any unauthorized user, it is restricted, it is encrypted, right? You can restrict content sharing outside the organization. You can restrict the control access, means after a particular time period, automatically the access will be expired. So that all you can do with the custom DLP policy. Now let me take you to my compliance portal where we can set up the policy. So I will select DLP policies. Let's go to policy. So I'm going to create a custom policy. Let's click on create. You can start with a template like you have finance template, privacy, medical and health, right? For example, it's finance. It's Australia finance data. So when you will select the regulation, you can see the information which will be protected with this template. Let's say it's for Germany. So it is going to protect the information like credit card number, EU debit card numbers. Under privacy template, like you have all these regulations. Like UK Data Protection Act. Under this, the information that will be protected, it is UK passport number, national insurance number, SWIFT code, right? And let's say I have to create a custom one. Click custom policy. Next. Give the name of the policy. Let's say I'm creating a policy which is going to detect the credit card if it is shared. Next. Or let's say, let me take another use case. Let's say I want that my DLP policies it should be triggered if any IP addresses are shared. So if a message contain any IP address, the policy will notify, right? And it is going to send a policy tip to the user that, hey, your content contain two or more IP addresses. And then the message will be blocked, right? So in that case, let's say I'm giving the name of the policy. That is IP. Next, next. Now here you have to choose the location. So by default, all these locations are marked. I will make it for Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, and Teams chat. Let other uncheck. Now create and customize the advanced DLP policy. Next. Now here we are going to create the rule. Click on create rule. Mention the name, that is single IP address rule. Now here add the condition. As my condition is that if my content contain IP address, right? So this IP address is what? It's a sensitive information. So I will search for IP address, select and add. So this is the condition I have mentioned. Now under action, you can go to user notification. Make sure that notification is on and user must be notified. Now you need to select this option, notify user in Office 365 with policy tips. And here you can also select the customized policy if you want, like customized notification, right? Customize a policy tip. You can select show the policy tips. Under incident report, make sure the toggle is on to send the alert to admin when any rule matches. Means whenever any user is going to or trying to share IP address, admin must be notified. Once it is done, click on save. You want to run the policy in a simulation mode. In this, the policy will be like your data won't be affected, but you can have the simulation, how what is the impact of this policy. And then if it is tested well, you can turn on the policies. So this is how you can create the policy. Okay, so that's it, friends, from my side. So as per the availability of the time, I could explain you all about how you can secure your environment, right? How you can prepare the security and compliance requirement to support Microsoft 365 Copilot. So we have discussed what is how you can implement Microsoft 365 Copilot, how you can manage secure user access in Microsoft 365, implementing condition access policy, implementing MFA, passwordless authentication. We have also discussed how we can manage the permissions, roles, and role group, how you can deploy M365 application, implementing DLP policy, right? So now I will be sharing you some important link. So you have MS-4002 course link. You can just go through link. So whatever the course module I have discussed, it is mentioned in detail. And there is assessment option. So you can give the assessment. Like in my case, already I have given the assessment for this course. And that's why it is asking me to retake the assessment as it is showing me, it is giving me message that you have passed this credential. So you can just go and try this link. Make sure you have logged in with with your Microsoft Learn profile using Microsoft Learn profile so that all your progress will be saved. Okay. So there is no exam related to the same, only the assessment option is available, and this assessment is totally free of cost. Okay, you don't need to pay. When you're going to give assessment, it will take you to the lab environment, a virtual lab environment, where you have some tasks to perform. So you have inbuilt all the environment ready with the related license and all everything. So you just have to do the related required configuration, and you would be able to pass it. Okay, make sure you are going to complete the entire course module. As the limited time, I couldn't give you the detailed tour of this course, but I hope the understanding I have given you with a demo could give you the understanding how you can make your environment safe, be ready with for your user when they are going to use the Office 365 license and the Copilot license. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the session. Please let me know if you have any doubt, any query. Okay. Thank you so much, Ayush, for your feedback. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Shubh.
Okay, Komal ma'am. Thank you everyone for attending this session. If you guys like this session, do give us feedback and give Google review. And you can also follow us on our social media platforms for upcoming events. And and is anyone willing to give a video testimonial of how you like, if you like the session, you just have to switch on the camera and say how you like the session. Guys, I've shared the link in the chat box. Please give your feedback, and then yes, Ayush, you get access to the recordings. It will be uploaded within 2 to 3 working days on YouTube. I'll share the link of our YouTube channel. Do subscribe, and you can or see all the recordings of the sessions. Guys, don't forget to give feedback before leaving. It will be really helpful. Thank you.